Okay, boys and girls, we are at chapter 8, the Great Escalator Trade. On Thursday at noon, we met Styx Malone in the woods behind our house. We found him leaning against the same shagbark hickory tree under which we had met him. By the time the summer was out, we'll be thinking of it as Styx's office. I wanted to kick back against the tree and just be. Styx made it look so easy. Well, if it isn't Caleb and Bobby Jean Franklin, he said, as if we had just happened by. He pushed off the tree and ambled towards us. His arms hung lanky by his side. I shook out my shoulders to relax them like his. How's it going with Cormier? Styx asked. He's giving you any more trouble? Not so far, I said. He's ready for a payday for sure. You've got something good going here, Styx said. Let's step it up a notch. You mean like us together? Sure, Styx shrugged. The deal was for me to help you. He gripped a low horizontal branch that swung him around it like a hinge. You really think we can sell all these fireworks? Bobby Jean's question was bringing me down. It was easy to believe everything Styx promised until you started trying to think it through. Not only can we sell them, we can sell them all at once. Styx leaned over the branch. His scrawny stomach bowed right over it, and his sharp black elbows pointed toward us like punctuation marks. Listen, he said. I'm going to tell you how it is. We listened. How could we not? Before meeting Styx, our best story was about the time Bo Hopkins, the Pacers' power forward, rolled through town on his way to some charity event. All his neighborhood kids lined up along the side of the street to wave to him. We thought it was going to be like a parade. When his car flew by, we waved and all, but he never rolled down the tinted windows. So all we saw was limo. But his license plate said Bo Hop, which we had a pretty good look at, and it remained at the top of our coolness index right up until today. This is how it is, Styx continued. People have stuff. Sometimes they have stuff that you want, so you gotta take it. That's stealing, Bobby Jean said. Styx shrugged. I'm not trying to teach you morality. I'm telling you how it is. We don't steal, I said. You're currently stealing my thunder, Styx said. I'm trying to tell you how it is. Sorry. We waited, we listened. You don't have to steal to get stuff free, he said finally. You just gotta learn how to make people give you things. Well, that sounded nice enough. You ever hear about the guy who turned a paperclip into a house? We hadn't. So Styx spun us a fabulous yarn. It went like this. Once there was a guy who wanted to see how much he can get in exchange for nothing. So he asked a friend if he could have a paperclip. The friend gave him the paperclip for free because it wasn't worth much. No big deal, right? Then the guy took the paperclip and went to a different friend. He asked the friend if he would be willing to trade him a cheap ballpoint pen in exchange for the paperclip. Now, a ballpoint pen is slightly more valuable than a paperclip, but is still not worth very much money in the grand scheme of things. So the friend agreed. The guy kept doing this. He took the ballpoint pen and traded it for a roll of scotch tape, and then a pair of scissors, then a stapler. He climbed his way through small office supplies until he was trading a paper shredder for a laser printer. Thus, the concept of the great escalator trade was born. The guy took his laser printer and started exchanging for other kinds of electronics until he traded his way into a brand new laptop computer. Every trade he made was for something of approximately equal value. It wasn't very unfair to any of the individuals he was trading with, but all along he was trading for something worth slightly more than the last thing. It took a l- it took a long time, but eventually he traded the laptop until he got a fancy sound system. Then he traded that for a used car, for a boat, for a newer car, and so on. Eventually, he was able to trade a big fancy yacht for a mansion, and all because one day, years before, he asked a friend for a paperclip. Thus, he proved the great escalator trade was possible and profitable. Then he lived happily ever after in his mansion. When Styx finished the story, Bobby Jean and I stood slack-jawed. My imagination went lit up like a Christmas tree, glowing with all the possibilities. An escalator trade is pretty simple, Styx assured us. You just have to figure out what you want that's worth all the trouble. Not to be ordinary, I thought, to see the world, but Styx was talking about the sort of stuff you could buy. Something big, Styx said. What's the dream? You know, what do you want? Truth be told, there was plenty of things we wanted. The really big super soakers, better spy equipment, the life-size Lego castle, a trip to Mars, a PlayStation. It gotta be better than the fireworks, though. I said, right? Styx nodded. Unlimited Lego pieces for life. Occasionally, Bobby Jean showed signs of true vision. Better, Styx said, and maybe even bigger. Bobby Jean and I exchanged a glance. We knew, we blurted simultaneously. Styx raised an eyebrow. Yeah, a swimming pool, Bobby Jean exclaimed. For our backyard. Styx stroked his chin. That's a good one. It's, it actually might be too big. Hard to hide in a swimming pool. We don't want to hide it. We want to use it, Bobby Jean argued. I nudged him. He mean from mom and dad, you goof? Yes, Styx said. The day a giant swimming pool shows up in your backyard, suddenly you got a lot of explaining to do. I guess, said Bobby Jean. It's also hard to take care of a swimming pool, Styx said. Did you know that? I nodded. That's what Dad always say. Too much work and too expensive. Your dad's a very practical man. No, we need something stealthier than a pool. We thought about it for a time. I've got an idea, Styx finally said. If you're willing to entertain suggestions, oh, sure, I cocked my head casually. We can entertain that. I'd rather show you than tell you. Styx said, like a presentation, real professional. Bobby, Jean, and I glanced at each other. Why not? It's not far, Styx said. You game? He pushed off the branch and kept moving, as if our following was a foregone conclusion. Bobby Jean grabbed my arm and whispered, We have to tell Mom if we're leaving the yard. Only if we're by ourselves, I argued. We're with Stick. We're with Sticks. That was iffy logic, but Bobby Jean didn't fight me on it. We're way past the yard now anyway, I said. Sure enough, we were already walking, stretching ourselves to keep pace with Stick's long-legged stride. Nothing could have stopped me from following Styx. If we pulled off a successful elevator trade of our own, we'll be famous for sure. Beyond famous, we'll be epic, legendary. We'll leave ordinary in our dust. Okay, boys and girls, that's the end of chapter 7.